It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Douge Ale and Porterbryggeri, and it's a bottle of the Bärliner. What looks to me to be a really good raspberry beer. Love that label, that graffiti art. 3.6% ABV, 330 centilitre bottle. Gold cap on this one. Let's get it out into a glass and see what we get. Whoa! Little bit of spillage, not to worry. Saved most of it. Okay. This beer looks like summer in a glass. Look at that. A lovely red raspberry tinge to the colour of the beer. It still looks like a beer. If you took all of the kind of raspberry out of this beer, I'm pretty sure it would look like a pale ale. You can just get a hint of that by the bottom of the glass. Can you see that light bleeding through? That's the golden colour of the beer saying, hey, I'm still golden, I just look very red. Now, I've had a really good, an excellent, superb fruit beer from Sweden before. I've kind of got my fingers crossed on this one that it'll be just as good. Loads of carbonation rising up the side of the glass. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, and it smells like summer. Loads of dry raspberry. Do you know if you got a handful of raspberries and you put them in your mouth and you kind of squeeze down on them and release all that juice into your mouth? That sharpness, somehow you get a sense of that in the aroma. You can smell how sharp this beer is going to be, and it's going to be super fruity and super kind of eyeball turning, vitamin C turbocharged mentalness. So let's dive in. One thing I did mention was that the beer is very clear in the glass. It's not cloudy whatsoever. Cheers. Yeah. Wow. Sharp, but very drinkable. I was expecting a whole lot, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not looking for, what I'm looking for is sessionable. I was about to say, or I was about to kind of, I had planned it in my head with this beer, the big raspberry on the label. I had it in my mind that it would be a one beer kind of drink where you moved on to the next beer. But off the first taste, wow. You pick up a lot of malt. It's beer first and foremost. Then it's carbonated. You got that lovely kind of zingy carbonation. And then it's raspberry. And the raspberry in this beer is superly fantastic. For such a low ABV beer, at 3.6% ABV, oh, you could really kind of throw these down. There you go. You could throw this beer down and carry on drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking until the cows come home. I am going to be controversial here and mention another brewery. I had the Hoegaarden Rosé a couple of years ago, and that was an attempt of a kind of a Hoegaarden fruit beer, and it was awful. You get a fruit beer wrong and it's disgusting. It was like liquefied strawberry jam or fruit jam. It had that nasty, jammy, well, jam's not nasty, jam's great on toast, but that's where it belongs. Jam doesn't belong in a beer, and it was very jammy and synthetic and awful. This, on the other hand, you know it's just raspberries. You really do get a big sense of that raspberry. I thought it would be overpowering. It's not overpowering. It's very sessionable. Lovely and fruity. I can imagine a few of these in the summer. Absolutely smashing. But the biggest thing that impresses me about this beer is that it's a beer first. As soon as you take a mouthful, that first taste that comes onto your palate is malt. It's a little bit bready, it's a little bit sweet. It's malt. You know it's malt. It's that signature taste of malt. And that for me says beer. And then you get the carbonation, then you get the raspberries, and this is a smashing beer. I really like it. Douche Ale and Porterbryggeri Bärliner, that's cracking. 3.6%, summer day, 6 to an 8 pack of these with a wife, down the beach, at a barbecue, at a rock festival, whatever takes your fancy, that would go down a treat. Rating, I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews. Cheers.